Hey everybody, happy belated 420. Marty and I wanted to do a short little video and tell everybody about the online aquaponic cannabis class coming up here on December 8th and 9th, and then on February 9th and 10th. Marty and I have been teaching this class for a little while, and we're here to tell you all about it in case you weren't aware of what we do. So, Marty, why don't you give us a little bit about what you do over there?
Yeah, so we try to do, we try to pack everything into a 2-day class on the weekend. So we have, as you can see, I got a couple cameras hooked up here in the grow room, one on each side. We'll also have a digital microscope hooked up so that we can check out some plants up close and personal and look at some trichomes. My garden is going to be about 6 weeks into flower at the time of this class, and then hopefully the next one will be about 4 weeks in if everything goes smooth. But we'll see where we're at there. And so we'll cover everything that we do, that I do here in my grow room, in addition to all the stuff that Steve has amassed about commercial operations and different stuff. So we'll go over dual root zone pots. We'll go over my worm bins, different teas that we feed, different stuff you can buy at the store. Um, you know, just basic aquaponic systems, basic cannabis stuff. We're talking lighting schedules, basics of genetics, um, just everything you can think of, from veg cycles to flower nutrients, breakdown of each one and what you need for each one. We'll take a look at some different training methods. I have a couple going on here in the grow room, so we'll be able to take a look at that. Yeah, just so much stuff. Well, I'll try to cram it into the 2-day class. A lot of the stuff that we talk about on the podcast or the Facebook growers group or any of those other places, we try to bring it all together and put it into a 2-day crash course and have some fun. Good times.
Yeah, Marty will have a lot of really awesome hands-on stuff across the board, cloning and all different kinds of things like that. And then we'll also touch on hash making at the very end of the class. We'll go over a whole bunch of different methods and ways that that's done in case you're trying to figure out what you might want to do both on a home or commercial scale. We'll go over detailed integrated pest management for beneficial insects, what foliar sprays are safe to use that are fish safe and human safe as well as smokable safe. So you don't end up using something like mycobutanol by accident or something else. Making sure that you don't use silly things like yucca extract and accidentally kill all your fish. Just because it's organic doesn't mean that it's fish safe. So we're going to go over a whole bunch of things like that might be things that are pitfalls that you didn't even know were pitfalls in regards to your fish or other parts of your system. So we're going to go through a wide range of all different kinds of topics, nutrients, nutrient ranges, what to use to supplement them to fix that, how to plant the system, how to design the systems, things to consider when you're building a greenhouse or a grow room, all different kinds of things, to kind of save you all the time, a lot of different, failures and other things that a lot of people typically have when they get started. And or if you're thinking about starting a commercial operation, places like Oklahoma and other places are starting to legalize now, and we'll really give you a lot of information to help you make better decisions on what moving forward. I really think it's a class worth checking out. We've had to date over 600 people take the class in total, so it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think that we get a lot of question and answers that goes back and forth because everybody's in a little bit different space, and so we try to make it. I try to explain it to people like it's aquaponics 101 combined with cannabis growing 101. So we try to cover both of those classes in 2 days and answer any questions you have about that stuff. We even talk about the difference between auto flowers and a couple different kinds of genetics that we can go through. We'll look at some making some labs, and I'll have a ferment that we'll be able to take a peek at. So we'll definitely cover some of those, maybe more KNF based stuff where you can make some of your own nutrients to be able to supplement those. And then, like I said, we do have some examples of some stuff in the store. So if you're looking for something you can buy out of a box or a bottle, we have a couple examples if you're not able to make those more urban areas, stale ferns or different things that we'll talk about. But you can definitely buy some of those things in bulk, or even like kelp powder, for instance. So we'll cover all those things and some of the different methods that you can use to make your own nutrients for your plants.
Yep, and we'll also cover low-cost climate control methods for greenhouses as well, and those methods could apply as well, even if you're not doing aquaponics. You know, a lot of these methods, like the geothermal and stuff we're going to go over, don't strictly apply to aquaponics. So even if you're just trying to up your cannabis game, you know, there's a lot of really useful information in this class, even if you aren't strictly planning on growing with aquaponics. Be sure to check it out. Again, you can get those tickets over at potentponics.com. Just click where it says classes and consulting and click on the class that you'd like to take. In this case, the online aquaponic cannabis class. It's the one on the far right. It's the one with the big giant bud on it. You can't miss it. So be sure to check that out. And then also check out Marty has a Patreon. Why don't you tell people about that as well?
Oh yeah, so I have a Patreon account that also covers some of the stuff that we're going to cover in this class. It's a little bit more spread out. We just sort of cover different things as they come up during my grow. So you know, when I'm in veg, we're talking about things that I'm concerned about during veg and things that you should be concerned about during veg. And the same thing in flowers. So when we're in early flower, we talk about what we feed and all that stuff. And try and do a grow journal on there. So you can look at, we have the beneficial insect videos already up there. Some of those, again, we'll have during the class. We have a great connection here with a place called Ladybug Gardens here in Phoenix. And Nathan over there has always done a great job here in Phoenix, Oregon, I should say. Yeah, a great job hooking us up with bugs that we can take a look at under the microscope and be able to identify them. And take a look at some of their actions. So we'll look at that so that and talk about how we use those, especially going into flower when when you're trying to not spray basically anything. We can use a number of those beneficials to help us as we transition it into flower. And aquaponics, your options being even more limited for insect control. Beneficials is a great place to turn. So we'll look at how we introduce beneficial nematodes. We'll look at how we introduce lacewing larvae, maybe some ladybugs, some parasitic wasps. So we'll talk about a number of different solutions for different types of insects and be able to take a look at some of the ones that I use here in the garden under the microscope, which is fun. I think the lacewing larvae is probably the funnest one to look at because they look like these tiny little alligators with stinging tails. So it's pretty cool to watch them trek around like little things.
Very cool. Well, thanks for everyone for watching. I don't want to take anyone up too much more of everyone's time just for a little promo spot for our class. But if you guys are interested in learning more about aquaponic cannabis and want hands-on experience with two of the people that have grown more runs than just about anyone else, you can do a lot worse than spending 2 days with the two of us. Also, just because the class says it ends at 4:30 doesn't mean that we log off at 4:30. We often stay, I think last time, into 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening answering people's questions. We're here to answer questions. If you take the class, we're going to make sure that you understand what's going on. And, if you have a question or two after the class, we're happy to answer those as well. So definitely check it out. And thanks for taking the time to watch this video.
How you doing, guys?
Take care.